What is up, Grizzly Nation? It's your boy Grizz, and today we are going to be attempting to rebuild the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, obviously, the Raiders are a team that have kind of had an unfortunate series of events. Obviously, Aiden O'Connell hasn't been terrible for them, but they definitely need a quarterback. Devontae Adams has been doing his thing. Jacoby Myers has been very surprising. Josh Jacobs is Josh Jacobs. The O-line isn't terrible. Definitely going to be looking to build them in the draft. Mayer hasn't looked bad in the few plays that he's actually been targeted. But the big bright spot of this team is honestly the defense. Now, obviously, the linebacker core does not prove anything. The safeties aren't terrible. The corners aren't terrible. But the big factor here, I shouldn't say defense, I should just say Max Crosby. Max Crosby is 100% going to be a guy we're going to keep forever, or at least as long as he wants to bear with us, hopefully for the full 4 years of the rebuild. But aside from that, nobody on this team is safe. We're going to be looking to improve, primarily defensively, wide receiver wise, we're set. Running back wise, obviously, we're set as long as we can keep Josh Jacobs. Quarterback position needs an upgrade. We're going to be looking at upgrading the line through the draft. And that's about it. So let's get into it. I'm going to do a couple trades, and then we'll pick it up in the offseason. All right, guys. So right away here, obviously Garoppolo is not part of our future. So I just wanted to get something out of him before he basically fades off into oblivion. So I sent him to the Giants, who are a team that does need a quarterback, for a fifth-round pick. Obviously nothing crazy, but it gives us at least some sort of draft capital for a bum. All right, guys. And then right here, obviously Devontae Adams is already 30 years old. Dude is a beast, but again, not part of our long haul because he will begin to regress. So I called the Chiefs, and I pick up Rashee Rice, who's a huge pickup because he's like a 90 overall by year two. Nick Bolton, who's a beast middle linebacker, and their first round pick, which is obviously going to be in the later rounds. But the later rounds is where I would like to pick up some form of a lineman. All right, and then right here, we're going to trade three D linemen that aren't going to get any playing time because we have the better people above them for two third-round picks from the Cardinals. Obviously, a huge fleece in my opinion because we're three bench players and we're picking up a lot of draft capital. And I think that's going to be the last trade we make. So we're going to send the mid-season and see what kind of players we can sign back. All right, guys. So right here at the re-sign period, obviously we want Jacobs for the remainder of the rebuild. I think that's no questions being asked. I'm so glad that he came back because he's a 90 overall and he's only 25. Same thing with Nichols. He's 100% gonna be part of the lineup. Saves us from having to draft somebody. Same here with Andre James. He wants to come back cheap. We'll definitely bring him back. Um, but aside from that, I think that's about the extent of what we're gonna do. Everybody else can pretty well walk, or they're gonna be guys that we're not gonna be looking at using for the long term. As you can see, somehow we are 4-2-1 here in mid-season. So hopefully we can start tanking because I do not want to finish top or even like middle of the pack. I would prefer to be one of the bottom teams so we can get a decent quarterback in the draft. All right, guys, and the Raiders came in clutch for me. I wanted us to finish terrible. We did just that. We finished 5-11-2, I think it said, or maybe 1. 20th best offense in the league, nothing crazy there. And then defensively, we were one of the worst. So Aiden O'Connell didn't have a great year. 3,700 yards, nothing to complain about, but 23 interceptions, that's terrible. Come on, man. 1,300 yards and 15 touchdowns out of Josh Jacobs, exactly the reason why we wanted to sign him on a long-term deal. Michael Mayer had 1,000 yards and 7 tutties. Jacoby Myers, 774 and 4, 764 and 3 out of Renfro, 760 and 4 out of Rashee Rice. Definitely want to get those numbers up, no doubt about that. Defensively, Nick Bolton and Robert Spillane had great years. 16 and a half sacks out of Max Crosby, 5 out of Tyree Wilson, the rookie, 4 out of Spillane. Okay. Interception-wise, Nate Hobbs had 2. Everybody else is just kind of mid. We'll definitely take that out of Nate Hobbs. No complaints out of me there. As expected, no Raiders up here. Defensive Player of the Year, Max Crosby did come in at number 2, so we'll 100% take that. Michael Mayer came in at number 2 for Offensive Rookie of the Year, so that's a big plus. And then Tyree Wilson did come in at number 2 for Defensive Rookie of the Year. So that could possibly mean a depth trade upgrade, but we'll have to see in the offseason. But that's exactly where we're heading, so let's get right into it. We got quite a bit of money to work with and no expectations, so nowhere but up from here, hopefully. Alright guys, so here looking at the dev trade upgrades, Michael Mayer did go up to superstar, so we'll 100% take that. Not enough progression out of any of our receivers like I was hoping, but obviously O'Connell had a big play in that. And then defensively, Nick Bolton does go up to superstar. It looks like Jones went up to superstar, so we will 100% take those two. And that's about it. But Max Crosby was already X Factor. I mean, as he should be, rightfully so. But let me see what I want to do with the $80 million we have. Alright guys, three huge signings here for our free agency. I said in the beginning that I wanted to improve the linebacker core, and we did just that. We brought in Josh Allen on a huge contract, obviously well deserving. The way I look at it is we get a couple years out of him if he does start regressing or lose that X factor. We flip him for some assets. We did bring in Frankie Louvu on a 3-year deal. By the time he's finished with that, he'll be 30. And we also brought in the one that I'm really excited about and somebody that I hardly ever see in free agency. We brought in Isaiah Simmons on a 4-year deal, very cheap for the team. So three amazing guys are going to be huge plug and plays for us. And I think that might be it. I don't really want to go ahead and start spending a bunch of money, so I think we'll probably just roll with that and see what the draft brings us. Alright guys, here with our first pick in the first round, we will go ahead and take our hope to be quarterback of the future in John Davis out of Colorado, hidden dev trait. You can see the stats are very solid as well. Alright guys, and then here with that Chiefs pick that they gave us, we went ahead and took probably our third corner, maybe a second, in Armin Singleton. He's going to be a plug and play guy. Look at those stats. Crazy. Not that we really needed him, but Hunter Renfrow is getting older as time goes on, so we went ahead and picked up possibly his replacement in Kareem Rice. And then we needed a right guard, so I went out and got one in Darren Dobson. Dude looks like a freaking beast. 93 strength. Definitely cannot say no to that. And then here with our second third round pick, I went ahead and picked up Elijah McKinney. I know he's a left tackle. We don't need one, but we do need a right tackle, so I do plan on moving him over to right tackle. And then right here, we do take our first normal dev trait, but it's a defensive tackle, 95 strength. He might be a guy we use, he might not. I mean, in the end, it's not really a huge deal, but obviously if we can grab another solid defensive tackle, you can never have too many. And I did go ahead and pick up another corner because, again, you can never have too much depth there either. This guy looks like a freaking beast as well. Alright, this draft was insane. John Davis is only a 73 overall, but he, again, has hidden dev trait. Going to be big over Aiden O'Connell. 79 overall corner. Definitely love to see that. 76 overall wide receiver. Same thing with this right guard. 74 overall left tackle. 76 overall defensive tackle. And then a 75 overall corner. So we got two corners that are going to be plug and play guys. I did not draft this running back, so I don't know. I guess I must have skipped between that pick. That's kind of crazy. But huge W's in the draft right there. So let's get right. There's no way I'm trading Isaiah Simmons, but I mean, you never know. There might be some insane offer. And nope. Kind of expected, but hey, you never know. Alright guys, but we're going to get into season number 2, sorry. And shoot, this might be our year. Alright guys, we did need a left guard. He's making just the same amount of money as Renfrow, and with us drafting a wide receiver, I didn't really want to hold on to Renfrow. So we make this trade with the Steelers, who are one of the few teams that could actually afford him. And it's not a great trade. We'll probably end up shipping him off at some point with him making 11 mil as a guard. But for right now, he's going to be a guy that's going to plug right into the lineup and roll. And then we also are going to look to trade Robert Spillane. Falcons do have interest in him, so let me see what I can get out of him. And then we send Robert Spillane off to the Falcons for their second and fourth. Again, can't say no to that. Alright guys, so we did improve this season. We went 9-8, so that's definitely not much to really complain about. We had the 6th best offense in the league, so we 100% take that every day of the week. And we had the 12th best defense, so how we didn't do better was kind of disappointing. 4,000 yards out of John Davis, 28 touchdowns, and 16 interceptions. Okay, we'll take that in a rookie year. 1,413 out of Josh Jacobs, 1,000 yards out of Michael Mayer and 11 touchdowns, 993 out of Rice and 7, 832 and 2 out of Jacoby, and 694 and 3 out of Kareem Rice. So we'll take that. 119 tackles out of Nick Bolton and 100 out of Isaiah Simmons. 21.5 sacks out of Max Crosby. And then Josh Allen follows it up with 12. Marquez Bronson follows it up with 8. And then Tyree Wilson has 7. 2 picks out of Isaiah Simmons. 1 out of our corners and safety. So we will definitely take that. I don't think there's any doubt in my mind that good old Max Crosby did not win Defensive Player of the Year. Here's Josh Jacobs coming in number 4 for Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year, he does get snubbed by Myles Garrett. That's crazy, but he does come in at number 2, so we'll take that. Offensive Rookie of the Year, John Davis comes in at number 3, and then Rice comes in at number 7. Defensive Rookie of the Year, we got Bronson in at number 3, so we'll definitely take that. And then Singleton's down here at number 9. So, positive record, above 500. Didn't make the playoffs, which does suck, but it is improvement, like I said. So, we'll get into the offseason. We'll just further improve, because why not? Alright, guys. Before we head into free agency, I did want to point something out. The boy Michael Mayer goes up to an X Factor. Come on, receivers. Y'all are lagging behind. And then defensively, Josh Allen and Max Crosby are both X Factors. Singleton, one of the corners we drafted, is a superstar, so we 100% take that. Jones gets to keep his superstar. That's huge. And then that's about it for dev trade upgrades, but we'll definitely take that out of everybody here. Nothing to complain about. And now let's kind of see what we're going to do to improve the team. I said I need a strong safety, and look who was in freaking free agency. Talanoa Hufanga. 93 overall. And I don't know if y'all see that or not, but up in the top right, you see our cap room. $44.9 million left. Guys, I just want to point something out real quick. Let me generate best lineup. And I do kind of want to see if we need to upgrade anything because I am kind of lagging off here. But look at this old line. Look at our tight end. Look at our receivers. Look at our running back. Look at our quarterback. I mean, he had a good year. But look at this defense, y'all. Wow. Obviously, defensive tackle is a position that we can improve, but it's not something that I'm crazy stressed about because the dude literally had 8 sacks his rookie season. And if you look at the rest of free agency, again, it is only year 2 that we're in right now. I'm not interested in going out and spending money on a bunch of vets because we don't need that. So I think that's going to be our only signing for this offseason. I mean, Jerry Jeudy be nice, but again, we don't need him. I like our development out of our guys that we have at our receiver core. Obviously, if we head into next season, like the end of next season, and we're like, dude, the production's not there out of the receivers. Like, Jacoby Myers is doo-doo. Rashee Rice is doo-doo. Then at that point, we have the capital and the salary cap to trade for a superstar. Or there's a certain guy that typically hits free agency in year 3, and he goes by the name of Tyreek Hill. So, obviously, if he's there, we can throw a whole bag at the dude. So, that's all we're really going to do. I'm going to see what I can draft. Obviously, D-line is a big thing we're going to be looking at. And obviously, there's generational talent at wide receiver. We're 100% going to take him. But aside from that, we might be looking at trading. I don't know. Because we do have pick 18, and then we do have... I thought we had 2 first-round picks, but maybe it's 2 second-round picks. So I'm going to kind of look and see what we can get. But, like I said, definitely not going to take a quarterback here. Unless there is somebody that looks absolutely insane. But even if he does, I don't really want somebody. I like our guy. So let me see what I can get. Remember I said I wasn't needing any receivers? Yeah, I take that back. What? Then why do they offer it? What do you mean? Why would they offer that if they can't take it? Dude, that's wild. Alright, well. See if I can get a trade out of him. I don't have anything I want. I can't believe that guy gets paid that much. You mean like Witherspoon? How can you not make that? Oh my gosh, alright. I guess I gotta find a team that's within salary cap. Well, I just traded for TJ Watt. Yeah, we're gonna leave that there. Max Crosby and TJ Watt coming off the line, along with Josh Allen. I just want to put that in everyone's head. Alright guys, here in year number 3, we go 15-2. We get a first round bye. I'm going to go ahead and sim to see who we're playing before I look at stats. We're going to be taking on the Kansas City Chiefs in the divisional round. Are they mad we took Rice and Nick Bolton from them? I don't know. Looking at it, we have the 6th best offense in the league, and if we don't have number 1, I'll be very disappointed. That's what I thought. The number 1 defense in the league. Huge improvement from John Davis, 4,200 yards, 38 tutties to only 11 picks. We'll definitely take that. 1,524 touchdowns out of Josh Jacobs. That's the reason we signed him. 91.8 yards per game. Receiving wise, 1,100 out of Michael Mayer and 12 touchdowns. Jacoby Myers showed up with 1,014. And then both the Rices were very disappointing. They got out-received in touchdowns by Josh Jacobs, who might, after that performance, have won Offensive Player of the Year. Defensively, I already see it. Holy crap. 44 sacks combined out of just 2 freaking players, guys. Wow. Okay. And then, wow. If one of those guys did not win Defensive Player of the Year, I'm going to be thoroughly disappointed. As Davis does come in at number 8 for MVP, we'll definitely take that. AFC Offensive Player of the Year, Josh Jacobs definitely got snubbed. Definitely. Defensive Player of the Year, number 1 and number 2 out of both our boys here. Okay, wait, who was that? And we got Josh Allen coming in at number 6. So definitely a huge thing there. But the part that matters to everybody is, can we take out the Kansas City Chiefs here in the divisional round? I sure as heck hope so. We do. We beat them by a field goal, and now we're going to be taking on the Baltimore Ravens and Lamar Jackson here in the AFC Championship. We do lose 35-10. That's thoroughly disappointing, guys. So with that being said, that is going to be the end of the video. I would go for another year, but I have a lot of stuff to do tomorrow, so I'm not going to have the time to edit and get the video out for you guys. But I got a little news for you guys. I did buy a PC. It is in the shop right now getting worked on, getting everything designed to where it works so I can really start editing videos and having some cool collabs with you guys. So stay tuned for that. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and comment what team you want to see me attempt to rebuild next. Take it easy.